Recording stopped.
Нет, а там начать, там есть начать сделать и выйти с анкеты. Это уже закончить тоже надо. Around 70 questions. So there are several questions that we wish to um, be responded to. And yeah, so just some reminders. We will be issuing certificates of participation for this training workshop. So we will be sending this by email. So make sure that your contact details are correct. Yeah, Graham Hill will help us. In case you want to check, Graham will help. Yeah. And there's lunch after, also at Al Farahi. Okay, maybe while you're responding in the interest of time, may I call on my colleague, uh, Ms. Janet Arlene Aponin, Senior Climate Change Officer, for some remarks and statements to take away from this event. Thank you.
Thank you, Ando. And please excuse my voice. I'm not used to this cold climate, although I love it, but my body can take it. So please excuse my voice. You can continue responding to the evaluation after our closing and before taking your lunch. But just to quickly close, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for joining us this past 2.5 days. And on behalf of the workshop organizing team, let me thank you all for your valuable insights and views that you have shared with us. Okay, let me repeat what I said. Let me thank every one of you for joining us for the past 2.5 days. Can you translate? Somebody's translating? Okay. Oh. Oh, it's not working. Почему-то не слышит переводчик.
You got translation?
Or maybe they rely on you. Yeah, I'll just pause. Okay. So I'd like to thank every one of you for joining us for this 2.5 days, for sharing your valuable insights and views with us. We have taken note of them, and I will be sharing some of the points later.
Спасибо, что присоединились к нам в течение 2,5 дней семинара, то, что поделились вашими ценными мнениями, взглядами, мы это все себе записали.
Your active participation and the views you've shared with us have provided very useful information for us and helpful to guide ADB's engagement and also our coordination through our resident mission here in Kazakhstan.
Вы предоставили нам полезную информацию, которая поможет направлять работу АБФ, в том числе работу странового офиса АБФ.
And just to pick up on some of the key points, not just for today's session, but also for the past 2 days, we know there are a lot. Please feel free to add through the evaluation that we have provided to highlight some of the information that you would like us to pick up and also share with the government as well as with the resident mission.
Также хотела бы осветить несколько основных пунктов, не только из сегодняшней сессии, но и из предыдущих тоже сессий. И здесь в ходе заполнения оценочной формы вы тоже можете указать определенные комментарии или моменты, которые вы хотите, чтобы мы донесли до правительства или до странового офиса.
Now that the translation is working. So Ando mentioned that we will be preparing a report. So just to summarize a few of the key points. First, we have noted that further work is required to understand GHG data compilation or inventory. For example, our colleagues from the railway operator doesn't get asked for their annual fuel consumption. So it isn't clear what is the basis for the GHG inventory, where it is based from. Also, we've noted the MOVE, who has the mandate on the preparation of the GHG inventory reports as a team of people. I think they mentioned it's 5 to 6. There is a need to clarify on the size of the group and also the level of their expertise. Secondly, there is further work required on communication and publication of emissions data via the pollutant release transfer regulation, as currently what is being covered is only the waste sector. Third, we've also gathered updates on the ETS, which is seen as not fully operational. We've noted that there are ongoing amendments and ongoing work, including support from the World Bank. And however, there are still some needs and improvements that could still be made, and we have noted them. For example, linking ETS to environmental permitting and integrating it to the GHG inventory. Fourth, we have also noted that ETS is the carbon pricing instrument deemed relevant to Kazakhstan context by most of you. But carbon tax could also be developed as supplementary to ETS. Ideally, should provide strong price signals, informing policies and strategies, and can also be helpful for producers to be able to adjust their strategies and help shape their actions. Fifth, there was also some interest that were raised on learning more about the European data tools and systems. For instance, what programs or systems they have in place to effectively manage the data. Some of you have highlighted the need for training for verifiers. For example, on how to check emissions. So we have also noted that down. Some of you have also highlighted the need to increase efforts to raise public awareness to get support to the needed policy shifts, such as to renewables. And then some of you also expressed interest to receive advice on ADB grant programs to implement pilot programs in Kazakhstan, for instance, on carbon crediting in specific sectors. And there was also a suggestion for ADB to do market prioritization for sectors given limited resources. And then also a request that was expressed on the sharing of relevant documents, guidelines, guidance notes that have been mentioned in the presentations of our speakers. Currently, those are the points that I've captured. It would be helpful for us if you could also note down some of additional inputs that through the feedback that we are requesting from you. Once again, I'd like to thank you for your participation. I'd like to thank the speakers, our resource person, Melanie, Bob, and also George. And I wish you all a safe travel back to your offices and back to your homes. And now I think I know we're breaking up for lunch. And would like to invite, I think it's happening next door, to the same venue where we had our lunch yesterday. So thank you all once again.
You can still respond to the questions.
Да, можете и дальше отвечать, кто не закончил свои ответы. И также все написали свою электронную почту не электронно. Вы знаете, там этот...
А когда сертификаты?
Да, электронный адрес. Ваш
And also for our admin request, attendance sheets, please.
Сертификат? Следующая неделя. Ну, ближайшая. Объясните, пожалуйста, потому что это письма писали? Да, вообще.
Please also sign the attendance sheets. Thank you.
George presentation, where
The training materials.
Давайте еще раз оцените. Вы здесь делаете презентацию? Да, это все презентации. Я могу вспомнить, а потом... Нет, вы сейчас слышите и скопируете. Он активный.
Look at the their photo is also there. Thank you. Oh, sure. Picture.
Спросите его еще, потому что эти вопросы я не знаю.
It would be our face.
This is locate her email address, or I will do her voice. That's cool.
You have to go to the middle. This is Kazakhstan. We'll take the picture. Thank you. business. Oh, sorry. I think 1:30.
How many days link will be active?
Yeah, we'll let it be there. Until 5 days.
А он не может это
You have lunch?
Как мне ваш адрес, потому что Бог поделится со мной Инстаграм. Я вам на WhatsApp.
Same yes as for breakfast.
Do you remember which
Al-Farahi.
kind
Lunch at Al-Farahi. I'll see you there. Have lunch first.
Authorizations. The difficulty is in order to have developers, the authorization planners. Every permit has a number. But you don't know the number of do you want like an hour plan? I would need to go in and find it for you.
какой именно? Technology
That's not an issue. January. Still
Сейчас на разработке.
Я вам свою
Forget about it.
Нет, все-таки все равно, пусть они с 25-го года убивайте их. Я же такой же
Он
последний.
поделится линком. Can you please share it with me? Or with our group, I will share it with you. Вы не напишите свой WhatsApp. Говори уже, по-моему, здесь не только с вами, еще здесь попросили.
So the year is so difficult that we have to go back out to consultation.
Еще сложно, там еще нужно проконсультироваться, прежде чем опубликовать, поэтому как только все будет готово, да.
Все, окей, thank you.
Okay.
Все, бай, до свидания.
Bye-bye.
I didn't think that would be the most interesting thing.
That's very interesting for her.
But they're absolutely, the reason why that document is being written is because there is no definition or
Yeah.
guideline.
Mhm.
So